with the Golden State Warriors. Now back to the morning roast with Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
JP, what's happening? Need you to get rolling here. Got to get rolling. Got to get rolling. King of the Hill coming up in 11 minutes. King of the Hill. By the way, Michael Rappaport, 8 o'clock. He has a couple shows at Tommy T's this weekend. Be a lot of fun with Michael Rappaport to come on a show. Also, 957thegameshop.com. Get you some gear. Hey, JMC_1982. Go get you a morning roast hoodie, buddy. That'll make you feel better. Because it made Miguel from South City feel better. Actually, he bought 2 relevant shirts today. That's right.
Oh, nice.
Miguel from South City out there buying gear. Let's shout him out. 957thegameshop.com. He's a roaster. He's a fan of 95.7 The Game. Shout out to Miguel from South City. And next Thursday, Shasky, we're going to have our first annual Doobie Awards.
Oh, my God.
Our first annual Doobie Awards. And we already have some categories.
What is the Doobie reference to?
The morning roast.
Oh, for roasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should have my boy, no one smokes more than Brendan. We should have my boy Brendan voice it over.
You sure about
Why,
that?
who else you got on there?
Oh, I know a few potheads out there.
I mean, B is like wake and bake is, you have to go to sleep to be able to wake and bake.
I'll say this. When you have a name, when you call in and your name's Danker, and you've been known as Danker for 25 years.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You know, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Jeff Hilborn out there? You out there? I mean, there's some, I know a good pothead or two.
I was high when I said that.
He gets it in, no doubt. I'm not knocking him. But we know some potheads that was blowing down the house.
We need a voice for presenting the
yeah,
Doobies.
no doubt. We'll get the
Let's
Doobie.
find a
We'll
good
get the
voice.
Doobie Awards, but we'll have the interview of the year.
Okay.
And Sharp Money, the favorite to win that award, is Xavier McDaniel.
Oh, that's a good one. Even though I wasn't involved in that,
No,
I'm
he wasn't
with
involved,
you.
but you're a part of it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Interview of the guest of the year.
Okay.
Baldy's a big time favorite for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a dismissal of the year, like me coming with an incredible point and you just completely flippantly dismissing me?
No, I don't dismiss
I
you.
want dismissal of the year.
I don't dismiss
Us
you.
either dismissing a caller.
I like that.
Dismissing each other.
I like that.
Dismissing one of you guys behind the glass.
I do like that.
Dismissing us.
I do like that
Let's
category.
find some dismissals.
Yeah, we got that. We got the Roasters of the Year, the Twitch Roaster of the Year, the YouTube Roaster of the Year, the Xfinity Mobile Text Line Roaster of the Year.
Okay.
So we got a lot of Doobie Awards.
I
That's
like
coming
that.
next Thursday.
I like that.
Next Thursday.
And you can text in right now, either on the YouTube chat or on our
Twitch.
Xfinity mobile text line.
Yep.
Give us some categories that you would like to see represented from this particular show.
No doubt. No doubt.
How about Rap Song of the Year?
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Probably from Duke from the City, am I right?
Oh, Freestyle of the Year.
Yeah, Freestyle of the Year.
It's only 2 people.
Who?
Mr. Britt and Duke.
Well, maybe I got to drop one. What?
Not allowed to win an award on your own show.
Well,
We're eliminated from winning awards.
I was going to do a song for Brock Purdy, okay?
Oh, gosh.
All right, now, if you could find
no.
it, Soul Survivor is the beat by Akon and Young Jeezy, and I actually, in my mind, had already whipped up an entire, song.
Jason Mishler said he's the roaster of the year. I don't know. There's a lot of competition.
I'm a roaster.
If we put it out to the audience.
You got Mr. Kelly on YouTube. You got Tyler Miller.
I mean, Bonte, if we put this out to people where said, prove to us that you're the biggest doobie of the year, I guarantee you thought Makita took an online trend. This one would be insane.
Ernie Chavez on line one.
Burner would call us from one of his farms.
Half-baked roaster of the year.
What about flip-flopper of the year from Ernie?
Oh, I love that. Flip-flopper of the year. I like that.
You don't mind flipping.
I do.
You don't mind saying what's really on your mind at that moment.
I missed that drop. Can I hear it one more time? If you don't mind flipping, you don't mind flopping at this one.
You don't mind flipping. You don't mind saying what's really on your mind at that moment.
I'm with him.
There's a lot of flipping and flopping on this show.
Ibanez?
Yeah.
Legend.
There's a lot of flipping and flopping on this show.
Yeah.
I mean, I've come full circle with Kyle Shanahan.
Lay off.
You and Jimmy G.
Well, I was the biggest cheerleader for Jimmy G for a long, long time.
You can't hold 17 opinions about the 49er quarterback all simultaneously.
No, you can't.
You love him, you hate him, you love Trey, you want them both to play at the same time, holding the football like the $1 million backfield all at the same time.
I mean,
it's a famous photo for Niner fans out there.
I was always Team Jimmy. I went off the deep end for about 6 months, and I wanted to move on from him. And I apologize.
All right, so we're here tonight. Big game. Niners win tonight. They can clinch the NFC West, which would just be an incredible achievement given all of
T-shirt
the
game.
chaos that's gone on today. You're flying up there.
I'm flying up there.
I'm so jealous. You're flying up to Seattle. It's going to be awesome.
Yep. 12:20 flight.
If Brock Purdy plays in this game and looks a little limited because of the injury or whatever to the oblique, do you think that they pull him? Do you think that you just got to ride out with Brock Purdy? Like, how do you handle this if you're Kyle Shanahan tonight? Because I've been thinking about it. Like, let's say he warms up, he feels good, he's looking good, then he takes a shot like Mike White does, and he's just not the same elusive player.
That's on Shanahan. These guys are tough. These guys are tough guys. Brock Purdy is not going to want to get pulled from this football game. He wants to play. I think it's going to be a run-heavy game. They're going to try to run the ball 30 to 40 times.
Can Jordan Mason get some touches?
Yeah, sure. He's going to have to. You don't want to wear Christian McCaffrey down. It's a short week at their physical game against Tampa Bay. You're obviously not going to run McCaffrey into the ground, so you're going to see a little bit of Jordan Mason. Hell, you may see some TDP. Who knows? Seattle's given up a lot of rushing yards over the last 4 games. They're getting hurt on the run. Carolina went in there and ran the ball all over them. So I do think the running game will be something. But Woolley, that shadow that Brian Baldinger talked about, what happens? Is he going to shadow Brandon Ayuk? What does that mean for George Kittle? What does that mean for Juwan Jennings? Are we going to see more Ray McCloud without Deebo Samuel on those jet sweeps?
Can Danny Gray get on the field? He had his first NFL catch last week.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
I know. When he came out there, number 6, I go, oh, my God, Danny Gray's in the game. Danny Gray's in the game. And I go, they're going to take a shot deep.
They're going to take a shot.
And they tried to.
They tried to, and it didn't work out.
No. It's so predictable. Like, that's the one thing about Danny Gray right now. It feels very, very predictable.
So last week, Chuba Hubbard ran 14 times for 74 yards, 5.3 carry. Deontay Foreman ran for 74 yards as well. As a team, Carolina ran the ball 46 times for 223 yards, 4.8 yards a pop. And Seattle lost a disappointing game to Carolina. I mean, I was shocked they lost that game.
Sam Darnold. We haven't talked about that.
Right on.
Thank you, Sam Darnold, for the only win in your career that actually helped the 49ers. I mean, that was just incredible. Remember people that wanted to trade a second or third for him?
Well, I got to tell you, at one point this year, I was like, man, maybe you kicked the tires on Sam Darnold. Jimmy was playing that bad. I was there, and I'm not a Sam Darnold fan whatsoever.
This year?
Yeah. But then
He won like 5 in a row.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Jimmy was struggling. This is coming off the Denver game.
The first couple weeks. Okay.
Atlanta, first couple weeks.
I got you. I got you.
They've won 6 in a row now, but, it was like maybe Sam Darnold. But then I looked and said, wait, what about Chris McCaffrey?
Yeah.
So they got Chris McCaffrey. Seattle's these are division games. You kind of got to throw stats out the window, right? Don't you got to throw numbers out the window?
Of course, especially on a short week.
And you got Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, and Kenneth Walker III is going to play in this game. He didn't play in the first game against the Niners. He didn't play last week against Carolina. He's a big-time difference maker for Seattle.
The guy I fear the most in this game is DK Metcalf. They did a great job against him in the first matchup. He's a physical freak, B. I don't know how you slow him down. It feels like him and Geno do have pretty good rapport. I thought that their wide receiver core would drop off with Russell Wilson not there anymore. He's just such a monster, and I fear him. This secondary's done a great job against some really elite pass groups. This is another tough test again tonight.
Yeah, Geno Smith and company. Although you could hit Geno Smith, I expect this defensive line to get after him and really shut him down.
He was bad in the first game.
Yeah, he was. But I'm looking at the previous game before Carolina when they survived and won late against the L.A. Rams. The Rams ran 33 times against Seattle for 171 yards and 5.2 yards a carry.
That might be,
again,
the last 4-year high for the Rams.
Dude, I mean, everybody's running the ball. Carolina and the Rams, now you get the sophisticated run game with the San Francisco 49ers going up against Seattle. They've got to just punish this team. You got to win this game because I don't want to mess around after this game. They lost at Lumen Field, and you're sitting here saying, okay, you're still one game ahead of Seattle. For all intents and purposes, you'll probably have the tiebreaker situation, but there's 3 games left. 3 games left for the season, and there's a lot of unknowns still with Brock Purdy. I'm not ready to crown Brock Purdy. We got through a couple weeks now. Let's see what it looks. This is his first road start. His first road start happening in Seattle. Let's see how he does.
Well,
And now if you lose this game, Shasky, you're one game up, and the pressure builds again, right?
No doubt. But B, I think the majority of reasonable people out there aren't like, let's crown Brock Purdy. I'm not saying that's what you are insinuating. I think the majority of Niner fans are sitting here going, let's see where this guy takes us. It could crash and burn. We're at our third string quarterback.
Some people don't think he's a third string.
Well, look, but he's played better than that, right? Like he has. Like maybe he's a backup. Maybe he's a low-level starter. Maybe he's better than that. Maybe he's none of those things. I don't know. Like we don't have enough sample size. Like we've seen a lot of guys come in and look good for a small period of time and then completely flame out. And it's not just in the Niner world. It happens all over the place. Like remember that guy that went into Seattle a couple years ago for the Rams?
Right.
The backup quarterback and was running around and looking good.
Was it Wofford?
Yeah.
Was it Wofford?
And then he gets replaced by Baker Mayfield recently. Like Baker was there for 5 seconds, and so things can happen. Let's see what he looks like tonight. But I'm just here for the whole experience. Like we have nothing to lose. We're playing with house money. We're down to our third string quarterback, maybe our fourth if Josh Johnson plays tonight. And we're looking good. Like this is this feels like a fun ride, and I don't know where it's going to end, and I'm just here for the experience.
Let's go to Alex in Atlanta. Alex, what's happening? You're on the road here on 95.7 The Game.
Hey, what's happening, guys? Listen, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but this feels like a bit of a trap game for the Niners, and I'll tell you why. It is a short week. They're banged up. Seattle, while they do have the worst run defense in the league statistically, I mean, they're at the bottom in terms of yards allowed, yards per attempt, things like that. They do have a really solid pass defense still. They're in the top 10 in the league in interceptions, and they're going up against a young, possibly injury-compromised quarterback, and if not, they're going to be going up against Josh Johnson. So if the Niners do have to throw the ball at any point, there's a risk factor there. And also, the Niners have not played well in Seattle over the last 10 to 12 years. Since 2010, they've only got 2 wins.
Yeah,
Seattle.
2011 and 2019.
So, I mean, keep it short and sweet for you guys, but yeah, it feels like a game where I want to say the Niners are going to win. It feels like, I have a bad feeling about it being a trap game.
Isn't all division games like baked into it kind of a trap scenario?
It's just division games. They're not going to be easy.
That's what I mean by the trap scenario. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know if a division game can be a trap game, but I hear them on like, do I think the Niners are going to play as well as they did the last 2 weeks against Tampa and Miami? That feels difficult. I mean, they blew the brakes off of Tampa Bay, and they, after giving up that first touchdown, looked phenomenal against Miami.
No doubt.
I think this is going to be a much more difficult game on every phase. You know where I'm worried? You know where I'm really worried?
What?
I'm worried about Pete Carroll pulling some special teams gadget out of his back pocket because he always seems to have something for us on special teams.
Travis Homer on line one.
Am I tripping?
Travis Homer on line one.
These OG, coaches, they always get us in special teams. I'm worried that special teams tonight gives up a big play.
That's why you bring in Brandon Schneider, right? Not Brandon Schneider. Is it Brian Schneider, special teams coordinator for the 49ers? They fired Hightower from last year. Remember Tim Hightower? He got fired. They brought in a new special teams coordinator. They've been a lot more buttoned up in terms of that, but you're right. Pete Carroll may have some tricks up his sleeve on a short week.
Ball security is the most important thing in this game.
Doubt.
If they win the turnover battle, they're winning this game. Like even
That's
with
how
their
it usually
backup.
goes.
Yeah, but
That's how it usually
specifically
goes.
this team, right?
Damn, I'm looking at just the run
They're
yards.
moving the ball.
I'm looking at the rush yards Seattle's giving up.
Yeah, what is it?
They give up 161 to Tampa Bay in Germany. And Tampa Bay doesn't even run the ball.
No, they're
and then the Raiders.
terrible.
The Raiders ran all over them. Josh Jacobs ran for 223 against them. 229 against Seattle. They ran for 283 overall, 7.1 yards a pop. So Seattle against the run is really, really bad. Simple, physical football. Beat them up, hit them in the mouth, and don't chance this division. Win tonight. All right.